Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why I believe Ethereum has entered an adoption supercycle. I believe Ethereum is going to be doing very well over the next couple of years, and I can see a lot of people adopting Ethereum and using its technology. We tend to always believe that every time we invest in something, we're too late to it. However, I do believe that we're all very early in the Ethereum ecosystem, and if you're watching this video, there is a lot of opportunity ahead of you in the ecosystem in general. Of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice and you should always do your own research. So, to illustrate how early we actually are in the Ethereum ecosystem, there are 3 million DeFi users on top of Ethereum. Now, 3 million users may seem like a lot, and I would agree, 3 million people is actually a ton of people, and a lot of people have a lot of money, and this has resulted in a lot of money flowing into Ethereum. However, 3 million is definitely not the peak. There are 7.8 billion people in the world right now, and that will eventually grow to 10 billion people. Now, I do believe that DeFi is going to be used by all of these people, and I do believe it is going to be something like the internet. Back in the early days of the internet, there were only a couple million people using it. However, just 20 years later, there were half of the entire world using the internet. Around 4 billion people use the internet right now. I do believe something like that is going to come about with Ethereum, whereby currently there's only a couple million users that are actually using the Ethereum ecosystem. However, over the long run, there is going to be a lot more, and I do see a lot of room for growth in this ecosystem, and I do think the majority of people who are watching my video that use DeFi are very early. To further illustrate this point, the majority of decentralized finance users are actually just using Uniswap right now. As we can see, Uniswap has around 2.5 million users. Now, Uniswap is just for buying and selling cryptocurrency on a decentralized exchange. In fact, Uniswap does not nearly tap into all of the capabilities on DeFi. On DeFi, you can lend and loan your money, you can buy and sell stocks with derivatives exchanges like Synthetics, and you can do a whole bunch more stuff. You can take out insurance, you can take out a mortgage, you can do gambling, you can do essentially anything on DeFi. Now, the majority of people are only using a decentralized exchange. Over the long term, I do believe a lot more people are going to be using lending and loaning services like Compound and Aave, which we can see only have around 500,000 users right now. So if you're actually using a lot of the other DeFi applications, you're using Synthetics and a whole bunch of other stuff, you are really early into this ecosystem right now. And as we can see, decentralized finance revenue over the last year has only been $2 billion. Now, $2 billion is a very small amount right now, and I do expect this revenue to grow from $2 billion into the $100 billions of dollars over the long term. So the next chart that I want to show you is the amount of value that is locked up into the Ethereum ecosystem. As we can see, Ethereum right now is $85 billion locked up into it, and this is a huge amount of money. However, Sergey Nazarov himself has said that this is actually a rounding error for the traditional finance system, and Sergey has said that he believes this will get to $500 billion by the end of 2022. So we definitely do still have a long way with the amount of value locked, and I do think this will continue to grow and break the $100 billion mark soon. Now, another reason why I like looking at this chart is to illustrate the differences between 2017 and now. Back in 2017, Ethereum got to a price of $1,500 and was very overvalued very quickly. This is because back then there was around $10 million locked up in DeFi, which is a very small amount of money. However, right now this has grown to $85 billion and Ethereum's price is only about double or triple what it was last cycle. Of course, I do think this means that Ethereum will crash nowhere near as hard as it did last time. I definitely can see more 50% corrections coming in. However, I don't see a 90+% correction and a multi-year bear market for Ethereum, as I do believe too much is happening on it right now, and we're just in those early phases of growth where we can go from $85 billion locked all the way up to $500 billion, up to $1 trillion and beyond. So I am very bullish on this chart increasing over the long term, Bitcoin, and when there's a big adoption super cycle, a lot of people moving into Ethereum, the value locked in DeFi is just going to increase even more. I do expect a lot of big companies to come in and lock their money up in DeFi, and I am very bullish on this chart over the long term. So I do believe decentralized finance will eventually reach the entirety of the population. I believe everyone will be using DeFi in the next 50 or so years, and I do expect this to hit 10 billion users. However, a lot of these individuals won't be using decentralized finance directly. A lot of them will be using it without even knowing that they're using it. This is because the centralized front ends like JP Morgan, PayPal, all of the big banks and all of the big companies will likely be tapping into DeFi. What these companies will be doing is they'll be yield farming on DeFi, leveraging the power of DeFi, and then giving these returns to their customers. So, I do see a future where everybody is going to be using cryptocurrency. However, a lot of people will not even know that they are using crypto. Of course, this is still very good, as the centralized front ends will just funnel all of their money through the cryptocurrencies. This will appreciate in value of the cryptocurrencies, and the cryptos will be doing very, very well due to this. So, I am very bullish on everyone eventually using decentralized finance, and this will be very interesting to see how this goes. So far in this video, I've only talked about decentralized finance. I've talked about people using insurance on DeFi, people trading stocks on DeFi, and people yield farming on DeFi. However, there is a lot more to Ethereum than decentralized finance. We know that Ethereum is a platform that individuals can build anything off, and a lot more stuff than just DeFi can be built off Ethereum. In fact, one of the big things that's coming up on Ethereum right now is NFT-based video games. Companies will likely choose to build all of their video games on the blockchain for a few reasons. All of the data from the video game is secure, stored there forever, and doesn't rely on alternate servers. And the next big reason is that individuals can actually own their in-game items and purchase them and trade them, which will make a lot more revenue for the companies. As we can see, Axie Infinity's annualized revenue is $4.4 billion. That's right, Axie Infinity is expected to make $4.4 billion this year, and they made $370 million in just 1 month, which is absolutely insane. And I do believe a lot of other video games will see Axie Infinity's growth and they will move onto the blockchain. In the future, I don't actually see Steam and all of these other big video game companies being the biggest. I see Ethereum being the biggest video game harbor in the entire world, and every video game being built off it. Of course, there are about 1 billion individuals who play video games, and I do see these individuals eventually going onto the Ethereum network as well. Also, as you can see, OpenSea's annualized revenue is $1.4 billion as well, and this is just an NFT trading platform, so I do also see a lot of these other cultural aspects of Ethereum growing significantly more into the future. Of course, it doesn't just stop there. Companies can even use Ethereum. Essentially, companies can use Ethereum to store data on, execute smart contracts on, and secure anything that they actually want to on-chain. As we can see, there have been a load of companies that have started using Ethereum. LexisNexis will be storing their data on Ethereum, Marsh Global will be using blockchain for parametric insurance, and a whole bunch of companies are entering this space. Reddit is even using Ethereum right now for their community points system, and I also see the amount of companies using the blockchain going up by a further 100x. And lastly, I do see a lot of governments adopting Ethereum. I can see tons more governments adopting it than they do right now. Right now, the European Union has issued $100 million worth of bonds off the Ethereum network. Now, this is a pretty big amount, and this is significant. However, I do see a lot of governments taking the similar path when they do see how efficient this is, and I really do see this adoption supercycle continuing. So, to conclude what we've said in this video, Ethereum really is in the early stages of its development. There's only a couple million decentralized finance users, a couple hundred companies that are using Ethereum, one government that is using Ethereum, and only one big video game on Ethereum. Of course, this has made Ethereum a huge network already. However, I do see all of these factors increasing by 1,000. Now, of course, I'm not talking about the price at all in this video. video. I'm just talking about how I do believe we are going to see an adoption supercycle with Ethereum and how it is going to grow hugely over time. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated if you could give me a subscribe, and thanks for watching the video.